What up, tribe? It's your girl Raji, and I would like to welcome you to my podcast, The House of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about rootwork, conjure, tarot, culture, astrology, and a little bit of everything in between. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you for stopping through. I hope you chose to stay. And if you are an OG, you know I love you so. Thank y'all for continuing to support me and engage with my content. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Tell a friend and tell a friend. You never know who it can help. Now, today we're going to get off into a part 2 of the full moon in Cancer vibes. We're going to do the Cush Almanac for today, as well as a personal reading. And I do have a few announcements for the tribe, so let's get into it. All right. Now, first things first, I appreciate all you guys very much, and today we are tapping into the Saturn energy. Right now, Saturn is ruled by, well, let me flip that around. Saturday is ruled by Saturn. So this is quite a fitting day to be tapping into this full moon in Cancer release and stability type of energy, right? Every Cancer I know, for the most part, I've come across in life, they're pretty serious when it comes about their home, their families, their stability. So they're that nurturing, that family vibe, tribe type of energy. So this is kind of, just like I said, a very interesting day for us to be here, where those energies collide with each other. All right. So, Saturn is reminding us about structure and discipline, and we're needing to pull in that grounding energy for today, and not necessarily needing, but more so, like we were talking about, speaking it into existence very confidently. Saturn is reminding us what we manifest today must be built on deep internal work and responsibility, right? So we're gonna just move into this, asking our elevated ancestors and our spirit team and our spirit allies rather, for emotional clarity, especially where old wounds have blocked our prosperity, our protection, and our sacred space. Now, today we might want to focus in on endings, cord cuttings, casting protective wards. Today is a good day to clean up, clean your space. Today is a good day to heal from grief, addictions. Today is also a great day, again, to speak with your elevated ancestors and your spiritual allies, aka your spiritual team. Okay, so cleanse, remove, let go. Lots of endings going on, bindings as well. Saturday is a pretty get the job done type of day. Okay. Now, with the full wolf moon in Cancer, it peaked at about 10:02 UTC time. Make sure y'all always are plugging that information into your local time zone. I know on astro-seek.com, which I use every day, you can put in your location and it'll tell you when transits hit like that. Okay, this is the first full moon of 2026. All right, so it is emphasizing emotional culmination, ancestral ties, as well as domestic power. Now, when you think about Cancer energy, you think more so deep emotional wisdom, water and moon vibes, very nurturing, very homey vibes, memory as well, because water holds memory. This is also about healing as well as nourishment. My bad, y'all, a little briefness. But yeah, to very much get into it, the Sun in Capricorn is opposing the moon today. So we've got some water, earth polarity going on, intuition versus structure, feeling versus doing, and that's a very interesting space to be in. That's a very interesting space to be in. Now, conjure-wise, this moon isn't just emotional. It is illuminating what you've nurtured, suppressed, and protected. It's perfect for ceremonially just wrapping up psychic ties from the past year so that you can stand in your grounded authority for 2026, y'all. Now, what we got going on, because I'm going to look at the transits as well. What we got going on is with this full moon at 13 degrees. Okay, emotional peak, ancestral and maternal themes. Boy, that mother wound is loud. That matriarch wound is loud. I've been seeing a lot of stories about that on social media. Chiron did go direct, so healing wounds around identity and self-assertion are going to be big themes as well. And let me see. So with Saturn's overarching theme here, it's tapping into structure after emotional relief, not just letting go, but reclaiming territory and autonomy before moving into expansion later in the lunar cycle. So like that prep, letting you feel, letting you have a moment. And then, I don't know about y'all, but it's raining where we are today, so it's very interesting. Now y'all know on Saturdays you supposed to clean, you supposed to get yourself together, assess what went on in the previous timeline, which is the past 6 days before we get to tomorrow. It's the first Sunday tomorrow. It's the first full moon. So you're just being set up for success, if you ask me, or failure, depending on where where you landing in this, baby. Because what they say, a hard head make a soft ass. Now, we do have a few rituals. We do have a few things that you guys can tap into and check those out on Patreon or any subscription. The big boys are gonna be on Patreon though. No shade, all tea. So if you are into the Cush Almanac and you want to see what rituals align for today, you can check that out. Yeah, I'm looking at the transit still, guys. I'm so happy Chiron is out of retrograde, because that wound is especially like when you are dealing with like deep shadow work from past trauma, like identity, which is very interesting, because I'm gonna go ahead and throw in here that I've saw so many people talking about like needing almost air quotes support group for 8th house placements, and I'm in 8th house stellium, and I just be feeling like nobody gets it. It's a very rare group of people that get that shit. Like, they don't get it. So what you have is not just a stellium, but significant 8th house placements. I have a spot for you, and it is going to be under Patreon. A lot of transmutation work, a lot of like healing work, like deep shadow work, because we be going through some things, and a lot of people be like, it's not that deep, because they don't have those fucking placements. It's a very interesting space to be in, especially when you got to be out in the world, because people be thinking you be just doing too much and they don't know. Like, you ain't never experienced hate, obsession, just phoenix rising type energy until you have dealt with your 8th house placements. Boy, and anytime I have an stellium and don't let you have your sun, like significant personal planets in the 8th house, oh my God. So yeah, I was so ready for Chiron and Aries to leave. Look how I'm gonna drop that off and just skip on about, because that's just what I do. But yeah, check it out though, guys. It's gonna be a good space. Like, I just felt like it was needed. It's not necessarily like a business move per se, but I just felt like the community of the 8th housers, like, we need something, because people just don't be getting it. It's a lonely ride sometimes, guys. It's a lonely ride. But yeah, we still have a significant retrograde energy right now. And, Jupiter in Cancer is still retrograding, as well as Uranus in Taurus and the North Node in Pisces, okay? Are retrograding deeply into this full moon energy, and Mercury, Venus, Mars, as well as the sun is in Capricorn, and it has just taken the fuck over. Again, I don't mind a little Capricorn energy though. Capricorn moon, y'all know that if you listen to me, so I don't mind a little Capricorn energy. I actually relish in it, because it gives me like that extra little boost to like get the work that I need done. Like, it's like at the beginning of the year when most people probably would be very like emotional and about cutting ties. Like, I don't be feeling no type of way about that shit. I'd be like, okay, like, so it's a good energetic space when it has a little flow to it. Now, the sun is conjuncting Venus, so they're working together again to help you put work into what you value. Okay, then we got the North Node in Pisces, sextile Venus in Capricorn as well. Again, I think water and earth work very well together when you're getting ready to have that. You know, you need a little bending, but you don't need to be so loose that it's just out of fucking control. Because, you know, it's very hard to contain water. It's very hard to control water. Talking to a Pisces stellium, it's very hard to control. So, and even when you do, it like gets stagnant, it gets stale, it gets, you know. So, I don't know, random, but y'all go to the beach, you know, like, you can never truly tell, like, how it's going to be at the shore, like, if it's going to be too deep or it's going to be, like, you know, you got to know how to swim. Like, swimming in a pool is very much different than swimming in the ocean. I don't know why I'm saying this. Somebody might need it. But that Capricorn energy is coming through to make sure, like, while you are swimming, you're learning the structure of swimming in the ocean. Maybe that's it. Now, we don't have very many 0 degrees. We have a few 1 degree moments, which I'm not going to get deeply into. But the most important is this North Node in Pisces, sextiling this Venus in Capricorn, and this Sun conjuncting this Venus in Capricorn. Yeah, there's a few oppositions going on today, which is funny. I mean, maybe I'll tap into that because we do love our dessert first. The Sun in Capricorn opposing the Moon, which we did briefly touch on at 3 degrees. So there needs to be some sort of alignment here, mind, body, and spirit. You know, and that's what's happening. That's not always comfortable. We are also opposing the Moon in, as well as opposing Venus in Capricorn and Mars in Cap. So yeah, that water energy and that Capricorn energy, that Cancer specifically, is kind of it's not comfortable in that spot. So what are we going to do about it? We're going to do shadow work. We're going to push through. Okay, Mars in Capricorn is opposing Jupiter in Cancer. Like, everywhere that shit is having a time. Now, Lilith in Sagittarius is also opposing Uranus and Taurus, which is retrograding. So having a hard time facing that shadow work in order for you to tap into what you truly value and who truly values you. You know, certain things are being brought up for question. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but the weirdest shit was going on. Maybe I did mention it. I don't know. If I did, I'm running that shit back. It's very, I'm more of a, I can see both sides of the team when it comes to life. And sometimes that's a blessing and a curse, because I'm always kind of like, my guys be like, no, leave that shit alone. And then my other part be like, well, you know, I can see. Let me play devil's advocate for a minute. And sometimes they get me fucked up. I have to be honest. But in this particular situation, I'm not having a devil's advocate type of moment. Like, I do not appreciate how the Christian heavy faith, the Jesus freaks, if you will, are doing the mugs. Like, I do not like that. And I'm speaking on it because of the Uranus and Taurus vibes. Like, that shit crazy. Like, they are fighting so hard for things not to change, and it's like everything that they don't agree with. And that's not, you know, let me not put a bubble over everybody, like, because there are Christian witches and they be telling you I'm a Christian witch, okay? So everybody not like that, but for those of them who are like that, it's so like and then it's not my sisters from another mister. It's my skin folk that ain't all kin folk. And I'm just like, girl, a whole essay, like, you mad? Like, girl, it was a lot. It was just a lot. I had to unfollow her immediately. Like, girl, not you on the Buddhist mugs. Oh my God. So I don't know, I might have mentioned this yesterday, but maybe I'm bringing it back because it's irritating me. Like, it's making my ass itch a little bit. Like, girl, why you can't just let them walk for peace? And honestly, on a more spiritual realm, like, we can get away from the BS. on a spiritual vibe, you know that's not good when they come up out of their monastery, you know, and start to walk and be in the public, because they like go to vows of silence, stuff like that. So now I saw that they're asking people not to like let it be known where they're walking for safety, asking people not to join them. You know, this is their thing, you know, and while it did receive recognition or whatever, that's just not really what they're here for. They're not here for the fame, TikTok virality moment of it all, right? But they're doing this as a sacrifice or an ode, you know, to spirit, to like, hey, please help fix things. Another thing I was finding interesting yesterday, and people, I don't know what's in the water. Actually, let me look, cause hold on. Actually, I do want to see something real quick, because one thing I also picked up on the other day and today, a little bit of today, people are being very combative in terms of like, if you think something or you put out your opinion, which is usual most of the time, but that's not always the vibes in my arena. What's going on, Mercury? Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It checks out. Mercury is squaring Saturn as well as Neptune. There's a little because I've been noticing that lately, and you know, my Aries and Mercury, and I've been really to tell them over, like, this is not a debate. Like, baby, this ain't debate club. This is not a debate. I'm not asking for opinions right now. Not saying that I would never ask for opinions, but it's certain like little posts, it don't be opinion based, and I be just trying to see where people be coming from. But now I see why the energy looking like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna walk on by, cause hell no, you won't get me into that energy. Yeah, I was like, what the hell going on, folks? 11:01 on the timestamp. Now, without further ado, let me open these rolls so we can get us a clear read for today. And thank you so much. Let me ring my bell. Clear that energy out, because both of those energies were nasty. Thank you so much for opening the rolls for me on behalf of the tribe. Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey. Thank you so much for the gift. You know I don't abuse it. I honor it. I appreciate it. I love it. I respect it. What guidance do you have for us today, spirits? Okay. Let's get off into it. Let's see. Sometimes I be thinking people just be attention farming. Oh Lord, I'm looking over y'all now. We got a man that entered the chat. I'm just a girl, okay? And I always try to see shit for both sides, y'all. Oh my God, I be like, yo, I don't want to offend the boys, cause I love the boys, low key. But like, I'm just a girl, aka a woman, a grown woman, and I can only speak from a woman's point of view. Please do not get offended by that all the time. I try to get fit in with you guys, because, you know, I think I have a good little balance of masculine and feminine energy in my aura. But sometimes I be want to say, nigga, I'm just a girl. They make it hard to tell your story. You know, it's hard out here for a pimp. When you're trying to get the money for the rent, all the gas money spent. Hey, got a whole lot of bitches talking shit. Taraji ate with that. I know y'all like, girl, where's the reading? You know how I do. Well, when we get into that Astarte talk, baby, when we get into that divine feminine that sex magic talk, when we get into that house New York, you know, that talk, ooh, a lot of people is going to be looking crazy. But that's not the point, okay? Sometimes you got to be polarizing. Sometimes. For people to get it. Lord have mercy. I ain't even going to go there, y'all. Tell me more, Spirit. What's going on? 4 of Baskets in the reverse. Present. 8 of Sticks in the reverse. Collective. Mother of Baskets. So we got that water sign. Mother nurturing energy here. Period. Near future. Okay, Dr. Buzzard, Libra. This is going to be the Justice in the traditional deck. Overall, we've got 7 of Sticks in the upright. So sometimes you got to fight for your right to party. And by party, I mean I like my dessert first, and I don't mind standing up for myself as well as my differences. Your spirit team is tapping in for you. There could be some battling here with outside sources, especially over the next 7 days. There seems to be some sort of like stagnation that you've been experiencing over the past 4 months, and maybe this has been delaying your progress or delaying you from taking action. Okay, you definitely needing to follow your intuition and just make sure you're taking care of yourself at the end of the day, because justice will be served. Justice will be served, but you are going to have to stand up for yourself in the physical. You are going to have to do the physical work, okay? Tell me about the 4 of Baskets in reverse. Yeah, so any stagnation that you've had recently, again, in the past 4 months, y'all, you will be having the success that you need to accomplish your goals over the next 6 days. You've been feeling a little bit better. You've been feeling a little bit more get up and go, and this is all by design. Tell me about the 8 of Sticks in reverse. Yeah, somebody presently could be trying to delay a tower, or maybe the fact that you're not speaking with someone is causing a tower in their life. Ooh, tell me more. You've gotten some clarity about it at this situation over the past 7 months. You see the situation clearly. You see it's not going to change. You can't change it, but that doesn't mean you have to sit in that energy. Miss Robinson in reverse, Capricorn here. So now what you're going to do is focus more on your knowledge and what you do know and how you'll be handling it. Yeah, somebody's gotten some sort of clarity here. It's causing a tower. They could be delaying. If this is somebody you're supposed to be talking to, confirmation. This somebody you're supposed to be talking to. This clarity that you've gotten is causing a tower for this person because you're not talking to them. Yeah, there's something that someone didn't want illuminated. Tell me more about these. Yeah, they don't. They hide their true nature. Somebody's hiding how much they know, hiding what they're studying, hiding, this is air sign energy. I see Leo, hiding their true personality here. Ooh, this is interesting energy. Aquarius as well. I got the grandchildren in reverse, which is the star card. Tell me about that. Yeah, somebody doesn't want you to, somebody can't quite believe. It's got something to do with your stability or starting a new relationship or partnership. This person may be trying to delay you from moving on, but you moved on anyway. Cancer is also significant. So this Cancer full moon is allowing you to move on, because I got the railroad view. You kept going despite them trying to delay you from having this stability or this new start. And someone is in disbelief here because they never showed you how they truly felt. They never showed you their true face. But somehow, some way, you knew it. You picked up on that shit. And while this didn't like shift you all the way, it did bring you clarity as to the tower that was coming in, the recent delays that you've been experiencing. So you may have had to lay that burden down, honey. Again, I've got Cancer, I've got Aquarius, I've got Leo, as well as Capricorn. You had to lay that burden down quickly before it got out of hand. Okay, tell me about the Mother of Baskets. I got a 2-for-1, y'all. 2 cards in one. So again, you've been letting go of like the mentality of like pushing for things that you know that you need to change. Like there were several plans that have come to an end. So again, you've let those things, those parts of you die so that the new version of you can live. And you know, maybe some people are upset about this. Ace of Baskets in reverse. Yeah, people are mad because you're not talking to them. That's what I keep getting. Like somebody is feeding off of your energy. Ace of Baskets in reverse to the Daughter of Knives in reverse. This could be an Emperor here. Aries could be significant, or you could just be in this Emperor energy. You've been fighting quite a few battles within the last month, because you know somebody, you're not speaking to someone. You've mentally let this situation go. You may have even decided to stop discussing it. Yeah, so now you've got someone here, preferably that Emperor energy. Somebody is taking action, inspired action, and you know, maybe someone feels weak here. That could be a younger fire sign. Strength in reverse. Somebody, whatever you doing, got a person like all in their head. They feel weak. Leo could be significant because this cycle is over. Like again, this just gives like people feeding off of your energy, feeding off your attention, you know, trying to guess your next move so they can plan their next move. And Spirit is like, no, it's not going to work like that. So tell me more. This could be, again, got the 3 of Knives. Somebody's trying to seek justice in the near future because you ended this. Yeah, this could be a Sagittarius. Somebody's receiving justice for how a relationship ended. Could be involving a Sag, because I got the Temperance in reverse with the Father Sims here. Tell me about that Father Sims in reverse. Yeah, somebody lost their job. 3 of Coins in the reverse. And they're upset, but it could have been something they said out of emotion. And they thought they were protected, but they weren't. 9 of Sticks in reverse. And now someone just doesn't quite know what to do. Somebody 1111 on the timestamp. You got a Sagittarius here. This person is very emotional right now. They just don't know what to do. They're in their head quite a bit. They're in their head quite a bit because they just knew that this was all going to work out. So you got to stay steadfast over the next 5 days. Yeah, somebody was aggressively trying to get into this Mother of Coins energy. And this could be a Virgo as well. It's a Virgo feminine energy. Somebody, or if you're not a Virgo, you are someone who's just very stable, very like meticulous, like plan things out. So take it where it resonates. But you've been quite comfortable here. And somebody didn't like that shit. So they felt like they would hold you up. This person could have been trying to sacrifice you. Pisces could be significant here with the Hangman energy, as well as Cancer. So we got all the water signs out this boy. Yeah, somebody was comfortable until they weren't. Yeah, they thought they had you hemmed up, baby. But this was because they was trying to cast an illusion to a Father of Sticks in reverse. Yeah, this person could have been abusive. They could have been a cheater here. Or they just could be a person who abuses their power. This isn't like a romantic relationship. This is some near future type shit. So you'll be getting some sort of justice for what happened when it came to this particular ending. Yeah, you've got quite a few third parties in your energy. You closed the cycle out, though. The cycle has been closed out because you realized it was a weakness. And in terms of you taking action and really being able to stand the test of time, yeah, you cut off all communication again. And these people are upset. Somebody's having to let go of some sort of idea they had for you, and some sort of plan they had for you too, is also what I'm hearing. Tell me about the 7 of Knives. There is a younger fire sign energy, Daughter of Sticks in reverse. You could have been battling with this person. This person could have been quite reckless in the past. Yeah, they took some sort of leap of faith here to get a wheel of fortune, and now they are looking crazy. When I see Pentacles in reverse, I think looking fucking crazy. 10 of Coins in the reverse, okay? 10 of Pentacles, yeah, because there's some shame here. They're not getting the assistance they thought they were going to get. And you could have even predicted this or told this person this. Taurus could be significant. And when they ended this relationship with you, they were making a bad decision. Or you could have told them to end whatever relationship they was in, that it was a bad decision. But this person called themselves being strategic, 7 of Knives here, and thinking they planned for the long term, and they knew how things would end. Yeah, I got the Daughter of Coins to the Son of Coins. They thought they knew best. And there was some shielding of some lies here. 5 of Knives in the reverse. And now someone's definitely, getting back what they put out into the world in terms of this Hierophant in reverse. Because this person isn't like someone that people are trying to learn from or hold in high regard. So now someone's having to accept responsibility for how things ended. They could be trying to reconcile here, but Spirit says this is just not a long-term goal for you anymore. 8 of Coins. So if this has to do with a work or a business or maybe even a school goal here, yeah, somebody was very much focused on stopping your goals from coming to fruition, but also again, throwing the rock and hiding their hand, like they weren't a villain. Yeah, this person could have lied quite a bit, cast a lot of illusions. They lied to whoever this Mother of Sticks in reverse is, and that somebody was trying to control a situation, stop you from getting some sort of help. They didn't want you to have a rebirth. These people were orchestrating situations in your life, to delay you and stop you from getting new opportunities. Toxic family, toxic friends, so they may have felt like they should be the ones giving you the opportunity, but 8 of Baskets mean you walked away because you discovered something over the past 2 weeks. And now this Father of Knives, this air sign masculine here, this is a Gemini. Ooh, that Gemini. When I say certain signs, people how do you know? Because when they pop up together, it be definitive, you know who this person is. So this Gemini had some sort of plan to do some sort of baneful magic towards you to keep you in this 9 of Pentacles in reverse energy again, so you wouldn't start over. This person got an issue with the fact that you ain't accept some sort of apology, or maybe they're just upset. They can't make peace with the fact that you're gonna have the life of your dreams despite not being in their energy. So now that we've got to this crossroads in terms of your planning, you are realizing that your loads are going to be lifted. This person doesn't have any control over your future. They wanted you in this Empress in reverse energy because they were upset and they felt it's just I was picking up on that vibe the other day. I'm upset, so I'm gonna spend the rest of my life making sure you don't have shit. It's just weird. Yeah, somebody could have maybe said you were lying about your loyalty to a situation. Somebody could have lied about a Daughter of Baskets and a Father of Coins. So this Earth sign, masculine energy, and water sign, younger water sign here. Yeah, somebody is definitely under judgment here. Libra could be significant. Yeah, they're under judgment because they were collaborating with a group of people here to make sure that this person or this situation, you had to walk away from it. That's crazy. But you be thinking, people was talking, not people, I follow Coco's Cauldron on TikTok, and she had reposted this video today, and she was talking about how people will hex you and try to curse you for the dumbest shit. But for those type of people, I have a ward. Because, girl, ain't nobody got... Boy, girl, ain't nobody got time to play with y'all. Ain't nobody got time to be thinking about this shit all day, every day either. But I'm getting on topic. But what I'm saying is people will get mad at you just because you survive whatever they try to put you through. And or maybe just on some petty shit. Oh, you disregarded me, I'm gonna put a hex on your life. Oh, just petty shit. And that's the vibes that I'm getting from that Gemini energy. they were able to pull people together based on their shadows, but at the end of the day, their whole mission was to just tear you down and manipulate the energy just simply because you hurt their fucking feelings. Like that one person who, you know how you say, do you want to be my girlfriend? Yes, no, maybe. And you was probably like, nah, and they've been mad with your ass ever since. Like that type of energy. Like, it's weird. Okay, guys, what y'all got? Yeah, so there's some information maybe that could be coming out or came out in the past 4 weeks, and someone is not necessarily happy about it. This could be that King of Pentacles. Yeah, it came out. So we got a couple here, a King of Pentacles and a Queen of Pentacles. Tell me about this couple. This group here. Someone maybe tried to delay you from having some sort of emotional stability. They thought that they were going to be successful by revealing some sort of information. But this king or showing up and showing out, this is all ego-based, though. They felt like they was going to get what, but that King of Swords came in and basically lied to them about whatever offer. They lied to this person. So they had goals, baby. They did. They had goals of having a happy family, having a wish fulfillment when they got in this relationship. They thought they was going to have money, 10 of Pentacles, and now someone's unstable because they didn't put in the work to start this new life. They tried to swap death in reverse. They tried to swap destinies. Yeah. They thought you was just going to lay down and die once this relationship was over. But you made some sort of decision recently that fucked up their plans. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe this person could have come to try to set you up with some sort of offer here. And we've got the Temperance in reverse. This person they're losing this battle. They're losing this battle because they're all about money. And now that they've entered some sort of Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the strength, this person needs your strength. So you've got very creepy energy here because they realize that you've got some sort of energy that, I know I say energy 50 times. They realize that you've got some sort of juice that allows them to power up. Like, and that's the case in most relationships and friendships and even like partnerships within business. Like some of us just have a certain aura to ourselves that heal people, that help people out, that, you know, inspire people. You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't come with that. So when you got somebody who's an energy vampire who realizes you got that quality, they'll feed off of you to accomplish their goals. And to me, that's what this energy looks like. This person is this person may be trying to control you. There's that Queen of Swords coming out presently again. They maybe thought they could control you by manipulating you into thinking they didn't know what they were doing. But the truth is being revealed. 1 week is significant. It is. The Moon card in reverse. Yeah, it's being revealed. This person could be sick, mentally sick. Because they keep trying to be deceptive when they turn out as the High Priestess in reverse. This person's losing this mental tug of war and they're getting quite reckless, maybe even fearful. I got the Knight of Wands in reverse to the Five of Swords in reverse. They're afraid. Yeah, because if you don't help them out, they lose balance. They can't balance themselves out. They don't. Yeah, especially when it comes to something that they're working on here. If you decide that you won't collaborate with them, whatever baneful magic that they were doing, yeah, they were coming towards you. Why? This person came towards you to get something off of them. Like, you got this year, you guys got to be very mindful of people feeding off your energy, your gifts, because you might think it's light work, but it's really people out here that they don't have what they need. And not saying they can't never get it, it's just because they don't want to do the fucking work. So they think, oh, I'm gonna step in your shoes and I'm gonna feed off you and I'm gonna mirror you. And you know, men, women, shit, 11 20 times because I say that, so real fucking talk. Yeah, they don't want to carry the brunt of that. This person, yeah, they was doing some sort of baneful magic and they kept doing that shit too until you just were, you know, hold on. 10 of Wands, Judgment. Yeah, you made a decision here to end this. Libra, Three of Swords here. And now this person may be trying to take action and thinking that you don't know. Two of Swords. They trying to avoid this Tower. They trying to pretend like they don't realize what's going on. But there's a victory here. We got that Six of Wands came out again. Yeah, there's a victory here because this person was trying to delay something from being seen, or again stop their true selves from being exposed. But you got out of their damn trap when you stopped accepting their offers. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This delayed any sort of plans that they had. The Hangman in reverse, Pisces here. You got out, baby. Yeah, you were very emotionally intelligent and wise, Spirit is saying, by not choosing to battle with this energy here, because this cycle would have never ended. It would have stayed open. So you did what was right. You did what made sense. Justice, heavy justice here. And that's why you're being awarded with a lot of opportunities, because you're not afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone, and this is ending your stagnation. So, you know, again, people, places, and things that's not aligned with you, you have to not be afraid to kind of cut those cords. Yeah, seeing is believing, goddamn. Yeah, someone may believe that you're emotionally unstable, you're upset. Empress in reverse. Yeah, you need to move on. Or Spirit saying you need to move on from this motherfucker. Six of Swords. Pardon my Francais. Yeah, you need to move on from this person. They're an Empress in reverse and Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Somebody may be trying to come out of the cold. If you bring this person in out of the cold, you're going to regret it. Yeah, you're going to wish you hadn't went down that road, the Fool in reverse. Because what you're doing is giving them a chance to try to run the narrative again. King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they're trying to control you, control what you're doing, control your money, control your career. Three of Coins here. So there'll be some sort of fast communication coming in here. Somebody wants to come tell you something because they're worried. This Hierophant in reverse is worried about some sort of knowledge or idea. Somebody's worried about a betrayal. And this Emperor in reverse. Yeah, people that got themselves into contracts and things that that have nothing to do with you, and they need your energy to build themselves up. And you need to close those cycles out today. Then, you know, that whole vibe of, you know, it's not your responsibility to martyr yourself for others. People have to do their own spiritual work. And these people don't want to do it. They want you to take the grant. They want to swap. Yeah, somebody is definitely, yeah, they've lost control of themselves. They have some sort of demonic attachment with that Aries and that Capricorn. They got some sort of attachment. This betrayal has someone worried deeply in their head. Maybe because they don't know everything they need to know. What's this, Spirit? Yeah, somebody going through a loss right now, and they hate it because they've destroyed their ability to provide, and they're being forced to heal. Continue to follow your instincts, because in the near future there's a lot that won't be revealed to you at first. Maybe you don't want to reveal your power to people all in one shake, because people are going to try to con you. Yeah. They're going to try to con you. People want to collaborate with you because they don't have the courage to be themselves. Yeah, we got Leo, we got Libra here. The balance in reverse. These relationships are out of balance. Spirit says that you're being protected here because these people are immature. And they'll if you deal with them, this mask that they had on, it's gonna come off. And like I just heard Two-Face, because we got the disguise with the Gemini energy. It's gonna be like Two-Face energy, like a light switch, and it's gonna be a lot of chaos because this person is not confident. Yeah, they're in their head about being cursed. There could be a Cancer that's cursed here. So Spirit says don't be tricked. You can't change them. They haven't grown. They need to do it on their own. Yeah, so keep your guard up, Scorpio, because this person's lack of kindness, you need to remember that. They're going to come after you, though, because they want to trap you, or they're being trapped. Somebody's very much consumed with talking to you. It's weird. Yeah, they're not happy because you're going through a rebirth, and that whatever it is that they were doing, you play these games they were playing, you're not afraid, and they're not inspired here. Yeah. They want you to trust them, but you know they got bad intentions. This could be family. Your family could believe that you're weak because you are revealing some sort of secret here, because you're determined to evolve. See, these people, they don't want to do this. They don't want to, they're working on you so you don't like adapt. But this is the end, my friend. Death. They're not getting any rest. A Scorpio could not be getting any rest. Somebody's trying to have patience, but their energy is low. Some information about a Aquarius could be coming out, about Aquarius season here. Something about somebody's esoteric, occult, woo-woo work and be coming out by Aquarius season, what they were doing. Well, it's gonna be hard to hide, honey. It's gonna be very hard to hide. But that's my word, y'all, and I'm sticking to it. Be mindful of, you know, people trying to attach to you because they don't want to have to deal with their own lives and their own, you know, energy. You know, you got your own bag, and that's not you being selfish. That's just you preserving yourself. You know, being a martyr is not going to get you anywhere in this timeline. You know, it's a fine line, if you will. All right, y'all. So let me close these roads because people losing their mind, and I don't want to be caught up in that craziness. Thank you, Spirit, for closing those roads safely and effectively for the collective. All right. Now, again, if the message resonates, guys, don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. You never know who can help. And if you are looking for any sort of spiritual services, my doors are open at the House of Cush, and I will be more than happy to guide you and assist you through this year of 2026 and beyond. I love you guys. I mean it. I appreciate y'all for riding with me. And you know we're going to chat soon. Have a good day. Bye.